Hey guys, just wanted to come on and make a video about how to properly engage your core. I get a lot of questions about how do I get abs, or how do I lose my belly fat, how do I lose my pooch. I just wanted to first preface this by saying that you cannot lose belly fat or adipose tissue by doing a bunch of abdominal or core exercises. You will lose your belly fat by watching your nutrition, watching what you're putting in your body, and being in a calorie deficit. So ultimately, losing weight is how you see your abs. However, just like any other muscle, your abs can be trained to be more defined and more and grow, just like with your biceps or with your glutes. So let's get into how to properly engage your core. First things first, most people think that engaging your core means sucking in your belly. And a lot of people say, well, pull your belly button to your spine. And that is kind of a good way to explain it, but if you really don't know how to engage your core, most people think belly to spine, I'm gonna suck my stomach in. And you're not really engaging any muscles by doing this. You're kind of just sucking your belly in. So I wanna kind of go over this to say that engaging your core doesn't just come into play with core exercises. You're engaging your core whenever you're picking up your child, whenever you're carrying laundry, doing kettlebell swings, overhead squats, regular squats. Think about engaging your core in those activities and you can actually decrease your chance of injury. I will also say that your core is not just right here in front, your abdomen. Your core is your pelvic girdle, so those muscles that are deep in your pelvic walls. It's your abdominal muscles, those intra-abdominal muscles that go deep into your belly, and also your glutes and your low back. So this whole area, I consider that your core. That's your basis, that's your center of gravity. That's what we're considering the core. The best way, in my opinion, to think about engaging your core and practicing the actual movement itself is by practicing laying flat on your back. So I'm gonna go through those steps right now. So what you're gonna do is lay flat on your back on a surface. As you lay down, you have a natural arch in your back for most people. When you're working on engaging your core, you wanna think about pressing your back flat into the ground. So you don't want there to be any space for anything to go through right here. So it needs to be flat. You see, I can't place my hands under my back or anywhere along this area because it's pressed flat. That's the first step to engaging your core. Now, like I said earlier, most people think, I'm gonna suck my belly button in towards my spine. Well, no. The first thing I want you to do after thinking about pressing your back flat into the ground is tucking your pelvis. So now that you tuck your pelvis, you can feel those deep abdominal and deep pelvic girdle muscles starting to engage. So you tilt your pelvis. So now I've got my back flat. I've tilted my pelvis. The next thing I'm going to think about now is drawing my belly button to my spine. So in that, I'm going to think about almost like a vest coming around and bracing this area. So I'm not necessarily sucking my belly button in towards my spine. I'm kind of using more of like an embrace. And what I can typically tell people is use your hands. Really think about drawing all those muscles together. Draw your rib cage in, and you can feel those muscles in your belly engage. This is engaging your core. So once you figured this out, practice this movement and holding this. Even if you're brand new to this, you can literally get a good core workout just by holding this for 30 seconds at a time. Once that becomes easier, you can start doing gentle exercises to increase the difficulty. So you can start doing one leg at a time lifts, but you see I'm still keeping my back flat, my pelvis is tucked, and all these muscles here are engaged. You can start working like an elbow to knee type thing. Everything is still tucked and engaged. Once you start getting used to that, you can start doing more planks, more, to give you an example of an exercise with my core engaged versus an exercise without my core engaged. If you are engaging your core correctly, simple exercises will be not so simple. It will almost like elevate the intensity of an exercise. So let me show you real quick what that would look like. A pretty easy exercise is your opposite arm, opposite leg touch. So with my core not engaged, that may look like this. You see how my back is coming off of the ground on each rep? So with me flattening my back is flat. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, so I'm feeling those muscles engage, and then I'm gonna think about that wrapping sensation and pushing my belly button kind of in towards my spine. So now with my belly engaged and my abdomen muscles engaged, everything's engaged, this becomes so much more difficult. And I feel it all the way up, like almost near my ribs, all the way down. So it makes a huge difference. Learning to properly engage your core can help you in so many ways. First and foremost, it can help prevent injury. If you can learn how to keep your core engaged while you're exercising, while you're performing activities of daily living, you can prevent injuries such as low back injuries, slip discs, things to that extent. Secondly, if you are a woman who is pre-birth, after birth, and you've just had a baby, you know the changes that our bodies go through. Learning how to properly engage your core can help heal that area after you have birth and strengthen it before you actually go into, full term and having the baby. I hope this video helped. I know I haven't done very many informative videos lately, but I've been getting a lot of requests, so I thought this would be the first one that I would do. If you like this video, please let me know. If you have any questions about how to properly engage your core, please contact me. I'm here to help. I have a lot of different ideas. I have people you can get in contact with to ask questions, or I have accounts that I follow that I can also lead you in their direction so that you can just educate yourself more on proper form and properly engaging your core.